Hey there, my name is Joey Landreth, and I'm a guitar player, singer-songwriter from Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada, and I play in a band called the Brothers Landreth. I grew up in a musical household. My dad was a traveling musician when we were growing up, and always records playing in the house. So my brother and I came to music pretty honestly, like we really didn't have much of a choice. Like rehearsals and, like I said, records playing all the time. So there's always music going on in our house. And just like the idea of, Dad being on and off the road was just kind of burnt into us from a really young age. So we kind of stepped into that pretty honestly. But first, I was kind of a sideman, did a lot of just sort of backing up Canadian artists, started locally and then slowly worked my way into some touring acts and some higher profile gigs by my sort of mid-20s. And then we kind of got to a point where we sort of got sick of working for other people and decided to start our own band. So we started talking about it in 2012, and our record together under the name The Brothers Landreth came out down here in the States came out in January 2014, but it was out in Canada in sort of late 2013. And we've been pretty much touring it nonstop ever since. I started playing the piano when I was about 4 or 5, and I gravitated towards the guitar when I was around 8 or 9. My dad was looking to spend a little more time with his kids, so he was like, "Hey, why don't I give you guitar lessons?" And I really wasn't interested at all. But it sort of grew on me. I started listening to punk rock and realized that you can't really play punk rock piano. So that was kind of what really drove me initially to the guitar. And then probably around 10, I went to see my first blues band. My dad had taken me to a blues bar. And Winnipeg's got a really, despite being known for its Arctic temperatures, we actually have a pretty rock and blues scene. And that was kind of my first real awakening. And then it led me to Stevie Ray Vaughan, who was my idol for a really long time, and Robin Ford, and then eventually I discovered Mike Landau, the LA session great, which is initially what turned me on to Suhr and Suhr guitars and amps and all that stuff. That's what Landau was using, and a lot of the local guitar players in Winnipeg, he kind of became our guy. So everybody was always lusting over Suhr guitars and amps and basically whatever Landau was using, we all had it, down to the same volume pedal. But the Suhr stuff was kind of, I think, a little out of our league at that point. So that was my first sort of introduction to what you guys are doing, and what now we're doing.